I did not tell my husband anything. You can see this dent. Think about your wardrobe in the present. 3 things to know before buying a Chanel. Lifestyle with Isabella. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Lifestyle with Isabella. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the 3 things you need to know before buying your first Chanel handbag. Before we begin, I need to remind you I live with 2 doggies, so you may hear doggies barking, doggies jumping, but that's how life with dogs is. When I bought my first Chanel handbag, I made a few mistakes. However, after watching today's video, you should be better educated than I was when you will make your first Chanel purchase, meaning you should be able to avoid the mistakes I made. This is the first Chanel handbag I bought. It's so beautiful, isn't it? This is the classic Chanel in a jumbo size, in lambskin leather, in the color blue, with gold hardware. This handbag has a dual flap. This is the first flap, and this is the second flap. The reason for the second flap is so when I close the handbag, the dual flap, the inner one, it's supposed to keep the nice rounded shape year after year. A few other features of the handbag is the first flap has a zipper right here to create an additional pocket for the handbag. This pocket is upside down, so it doesn't go this way, it goes this way. So when you close the handbag, the contents of whatever you put inside that handbag do not hang upside down. This is the inside of the handbag. This is how the handbag looks on the inside. Being it's in a jumbo size, it is very roomy. This compartment is for lipstick storage. So you can put your lipstick and you can easily find it. One of the things I really like about this handbag is this pocket right here in the back. I use it to just put my cell phone in there, so I do not have to carry my cell phone in my hand, but if my phone rings, I can easily retrieve it. The 3 things I wish I knew and you should know before buying your first Chanel handbag are: 1. Communicate with your husband or life partner about purchasing a Chanel handbag, because such a handbag is an expensive purchase. 2. Think about how you will incorporate the new handbag into your wardrobe in the present and the near future. And the 3rd thing is you need to know how to maintain that handbag as soon as you purchase it. A Chanel handbag is an expensive purchase. I paid $5,700 on this handbag. It is important that you communicate with your husband or with your life partner about any upcoming expensive purchases, because open communication are important to building and nurturing trust within thriving relationships. I'm going to be frank with you. I did not tell my husband anything about planning to buy this handbag. I just went and bought it. It was not my best decision, but I did it. My husband and I were in vacation in Las Vegas. Back then, we weren't living there. My husband was playing poker one day during our vacation. I told him, okay, sweetie, while you play poker, I'm going to go shopping. He said bye. I gave him a kiss. I left my husband at the poker table and walked right into the Chanel store Within 30 minutes, I walked out with this handbag. As soon as I walked out, I knew I should have told my husband, but the purchase was already made. I went back to my husband. I told him I spent $6,000, $5,700. He gave me this look because I was gone less than an hour. He said, "What did you buy?" And I showed him the handbag. He gave me a look and just turned away from me, and I felt bad I didn't tell him before buying it. He doesn't care. He did not care that I bought it. He just preferred that I told him, because the reality is, if my husband spent $5,700 without telling me, I would not feel good about it. So my advice is, before making any expensive purchase, including a Chanel purchase, let your husband know, let your life partner know beforehand. It will only benefit your relationship. As I mentioned before, a Chanel handbag is an expensive purchase. So when you pick your handbag, make sure you pick it in a color and a style that you can easily incorporate into your wardrobe so you can get the most use out of it. You also want to think about your wardrobe in the present and the near future. And why do I mention the near future? When I bought this handbag, my hair was the color red, and I used to wear the color blue often. So a handbag in the color blue made a lot of sense to me back then. However, when I purchased this handbag, I was already planning to change my hair color. And within a few months after purchasing this handbag, I changed my hair color to this color. And I also changed the colors I am wearing to the point that now I almost never wear the color blue. It has gotten to the point where now maybe I wear this handbag once a year. It is a pretty handbag. I just don't wear blue anymore. So now this handbag sits in my closet most of the time. And it's a shame for the amount of money I spent on it. And it's a shame for how beautiful a handbag it is. So before walking into that Chanel store, ask yourself if you are planning to make any changes to the colors you wear in your clothes, to the colors in your makeup, to the colors of your hair. It is important that you know how to store and maintain your new handbag as soon as you buy it, because if you improperly store it, you will damage it quickly. When I bought my first Chanel, I threw away, unfortunately, all the packing material that came with the handbag. The only thing I kept is the dust bag. And to store my handbag, the only thing I did, I just took my empty handbag and basically put it in the dust bag and just put it away. Well, that was not a good idea, and I'll show you why. Do you notice this dent? You can see this dent right here in the handbag. I got that dent in the handbag within 2 months after I bought this bag. Because I didn't know, when I do not use the handbag, I need to put papers inside the way I do it now. You see, now I stuff papers inside to maintain the structure of the handbag when not in use. And then I put it inside the dust bag. Unfortunately, I cannot correct the dent I got in the handbag, but by keeping the papers inside the handbag now, I can prevent that dent from getting worse. And the dent did not get worse since 2015 when I got the handbag. So please, please make sure you put enough papers inside your handbag to keep the structure of the handbag when you are not using it. Another thing I started to do only last year is when I use my handbags, I do not place the contents directly in the bag because I don't want to get any scratches or any stains on the interior. Instead, I put all my contents in a Ziploc bag. My Chanel handbags each have a Ziploc bag inside, so when I switch handbags, it's easy for me to access a Ziploc. Yes, it is kind of unpractical to access my contents when I need them because they are all inside the Ziploc and bundled together. But I would rather put with that small impractical issue instead of getting damage on the inside of my handbag. I love my Chanel handbags and they're so beautiful and I want to do all I can to protect them. I did see on Amazon storage compartments that can be placed inside the Chanel handbags, and they are made specifically to the size of Chanel handbags. Also, these storage compartments have dividers in them, so the idea it's nice, will keep our contents nicely organized and it protects the inside of the handbag. However, the inserts are kind of bulky and I would lose quite a bit of storage capability inside the handbag. And I don't like that, so I didn't buy them. Instead, I opted with the Ziploc bag. I can store so much inside my jumbo size handbags, my wallet, my husband's reading glasses, my camera that I use for recording, brush, lipstick, you name it. Before buying my first Chanel handbag, I believe I also wish I knew the difference between lambskin leather and the caviar finish in Chanel handbags.
Do you want to know what it is?
I do not know if it would have made a difference in my purchase because I love my lambskin leather handbag a lot, but I would have preferred to be educated on as many issues as possible before making a purchase. Also, the difference and the pros and the cons between lambskin leather and caviar finish, it's such an important topic, so my next video is going to solely focus on that issue. So stay tuned for my next video. Before I say goodbye, I want to urge you to please give my video a thumbs up and also to ask you to please subscribe to my channel. I'm just starting my channel. Your support would mean so much to me. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time. Bye!